How you doing, guys, and welcome to yet another ToolBox TV. Now, I said in our last video that I wanted to carry on the train of thought all about the things that you need to do before you do the things that you need to do. So in other words, all the back of house stuff that needs to be sorted out and resolved before you actually do any physical marketing of any kind, any description. And in the last video we spoke about having your business right, making sure that you were serving your customers right. Because if you're not serving your customers right, you can do all the marketing in the world and it will work for a while, but at the end of it all, it'll all be for naught, because you will eventually grind to a halt if your service is crap, if your service is rubbish. So what you need to do is intentionally look after your customers and make sure that your customers are being served properly in the best possible way that you can deliver. Otherwise, as I said, marketing will work for a while, but then it will come to nothing, because things like that just don't last. You know, bad quality and poor quality doesn't last. Get away with it for a while, but then after that, it just, the business dies off. You get nothing from it. So what I want to do is carry on along that train of thought and start looking at the mindset around marketing. And I mean specifically around marketing, because there are three things that you need to focus on that often are they're the objections that people talk about. When we talk to people about marketing and how their marketing is going and what they're doing as far as marketing is concerned, these three things are the objections that they come up with and that they need to address. But before we even go on to those, we need to realize that our thoughts and our mind needs to be focused on marketing, because many of us don't focus on the marketing in our business. And certainly not before you discover the toolbox. Most people, you would have to agree, sort of amble from day to day, picking up work as and where they can pick it up, and perhaps copying everybody else. You know, you will still today, you'll find people who in the queue at the wholesalers, when you're talking to them and you say, how's work going? Oh, great. Where are you getting all your work from? Well, it's all word of mouth. We only ever do word of mouth. And you try to talk to them about marketing and they, oh no, we don't do any marketing. That marketing stuff, that's not for us, that's for the big boys. But what's word of mouth? Word of mouth is a form of marketing. You know, if you're in business, if you've got customers of any description, you're marketing. You are marketing, whether you know it or not. And it may be that you're marketing badly, which is detrimental to your business, which is not helping your case at all. So you need to be of a mindset where you are focused on marketing, where marketing is something that you do and you do intentionally. Because when you do it intentionally, then you can monitor the results, then you can get results, and you can get good results rather than getting poor results. People who say, oh, I only get it from word of mouth. Where's the word of mouth business coming from? I don't know. You know, they put a finger in the air and hope, cross their fingers and hope they're going to get some work. So you need to get to grips with the fact that no matter how good an electrician you are, no matter how good a tradesperson you are, that if you're not marketing your business and marketing your business intentionally, then eventually things just come grinding to a halt. Or you're living in that sort of living in the moment, living hand to mouth, that stage where people are sort of earning and then not earning, and then they've got a flood of work and then they've got nothing. And that's not where you want to be. When you market your business, intentionally, you can control the flow of work. You're probably sick of hearing me talking about the funnel. You know, if you can control work going into the funnel, you can be choosy and picky about the work that comes out at the end of the funnel. So it's key that you set a target or a goal in your mind that you are going to become as good a marketer as you are a tradesperson. You're going to focus on and master the art of marketing. Does it mean that you have to have every single marketing pillar, every single marketing tool under your belt? No. But what you do need is to have a couple of good ones. More than a couple, you need a few good ones under your belt that you can use effectively. You know, and for me it was leaflets, it was magazine advertising and networking. Those were the key pillars that really worked for me. And then all of that supported by maintaining a list of customers and following up on that list of customers and list of past customers. So it doesn't take a lot to have a successful business, but you do need to get your mind in the right place, and your mind has to be focused on the marketing as much as it is on your trade qualification, on your skills. So what are the 3 objections that we normally see when we talk to people about marketing? Well, let's take a look at the first one. First one is, I don't have any time. People say when you talk to them about marketing, I'm too busy. I am too busy working. I'm too busy doing this. I'm too busy doing that. I don't have the time to sit down and analyse, write, change, craft an advertisement. I don't have the time to compose emails. I don't have the time to research where the best place to place my advertisement is. And that's a bit ridiculous, really, when you think about it. Because if you are that busy working and you're not earning, then you are being that busy fool. You're being that person who is earning less than you're worth. If that's the truth of the matter, and often you find that it's not the truth, because what you'll find is that these guys who say they can't find the time, or they haven't got the time to do the marketing, they will always find time on a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday to go and play a football match, or to go and watch a football match. They'll always find time to catch up with EastEnders or CSI or whatever the latest craze on TV is. So there is time. There's always going to be time. You don't need a lot of time to market your business. What you need to do is do it consistently. You know, I did an hour a day, 4 days a week, marketing on my business. And that was enough for me to keep my diary filled. And my diary is often full 3 months in advance. And yes, it's possible. You could do 2 hours a day, you could do a half an hour a day, you could do 20 minutes a day, you could do 15 minutes a day. The difference is you'll get the results of what you put in. You know, it's like the farmer says, you reap what you sow. And if you put 15 minutes worth in, you'll get 15 minutes worth out. If you put an hour in, you'll get an hour's worth out. And the results you'll get from doing an hour's worth of marketing are going to far outweigh the results you get doing 15 minutes. But you're better off doing 15 minutes than doing nothing. The key is to commit a particular length of time and say, this is my marketing time. You know, in my case, and what I tell you guys in the toolbox is to spend an hour a day. This is my marketing hour. This is the hour that I focus on my marketing. If you really want your business to be a success, you will make the time to do your marketing. You know, you can't invent more time. We've all got the same amount of time in the day. It's how you spend that time. It's what you do with that time. And if you choose to go out and do a 5, 10, 15 pound job, as opposed to spend an hour working on your marketing, then you've got the mix the wrong way around. Because an hour on your marketing will build you marketing pillars that will work for you time and time again, over and over again, and supply you with repeat business. And that 5, 10, 15 pound job isn't going to do that for you. You're never going to change your mindset, you're never going to change your business, you're never going to build your business if you don't find that time to put into actually developing and marketing your business. And the time is there. You know, for me, I fill my days. I've always filled my days. But for me, I'm an early riser. I don't mind getting up an hour early in the morning. I don't mind getting up a couple of hours early in the morning. That's not an issue for me. And I always found that getting up earlier in the morning before doing anything else and doing my marketing, that worked for me. I don't know, that might work for you. It might not. It may be that you're an evening person, that you'll stay up an hour after everybody else goes to bed. It may be that you'll do it at the weekends, that you'll get up and give up an hour on the weekends and do it. Maybe you have to give up going to football. Maybe you have to give up going to the pub for an hour in a day. Whatever the case might be, but the time is there. And unless you're prepared to commit that time, and guys, we're talking here about mindset. We're talking here about making changes in your thinking to help you make a success of your business. You know, I recently had, and I don't mind saying this to you guys, I recently had a guy leave the toolbox. And it doesn't happen often, thankfully, but I had a guy leave recently, and thankfully he sent me an email to say he was leaving. And I don't try and pressurize people, I don't try to do a heavy sell, as you all know, but I did want to know the reasons behind it. And I sent him an email and I asked why, and his response was, it's not working for me. And I thought, okay. So then I asked, why wasn't it working for him? There was an exchange of about 5 or 6 emails at this point. And the bottom line is, guys, it wasn't working for him because he wasn't putting any time into it. He wasn't putting the effort in. In the length of time that he was a member, he hadn't attended one webinar, one member webinar he had not attended. He had not requested a Skype call, which all of the new members are entitled to do, request a Skype call with me to talk about how they can develop their own marketing. He barely used any of the information inside the toolbox. When we spoke about the videos that he watched on leafleting and that, he hadn't watched them. So, you know, if you don't make the time, the results aren't going to happen. It doesn't happen by osmosis. You need to put the time aside, you need to be committed, and you need to work on it. And you need to make time so that later in life you can enjoy the results of what it is that your business brings you. Otherwise, you just carry on owning a job. Otherwise, you will be the busy fool going out working for the 25, 30 pound jobs because, you know, you haven't got time to develop your business. So that's the first objection, is time. And it's probably one of the biggest objections, believe it or not. But the next one is actually probably as big, and that is, I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. Because I can't spend a lot of money on advertising. I can't buy advertising space in a magazine. I can't afford to go to a printer and spend £200 on a batch of leaflets at a printer. I can't pay somebody to go out and distribute those leaflets. I can't put money down with Google for Google ads. I can't put money down with Facebook for Facebook ads. And again, in my view, in my book, that is a crock of it is just absolute nonsense, because a lot of the techniques, a lot of the stuff that you need to do in order to market your business can be done so cheaply, simply, and in most cases, a lot of cases, free if you so desire. You know, I'm a great believer in sort of rolling things out on a very low cost or no cost basis and then scaling up. So let me give you an example. Facebook. Facebook is exactly where your customers are hanging out. That is without a doubt. Your customers are on Facebook. Facebook is not now just for the kids. You know, the kids of the era when Facebook came out are now the young adults that are getting married, moving house, you know, moving into their own places. These are the audience that need your services, and they're on Facebook. And you know, there's a couple of the members who are actually really working on that and making that work for them. Now, Facebook is free. Always has been. Yes, you can get paid ads, and I suggest at a point you do get free, you do get paid ads. But the bulk of what you can do on Facebook is free. Do you have your own business page on Facebook? Not your personal profile, your own business page on Facebook. You should have it. When you have your own personal page or your own business page on Facebook, you should be posting on it. You should be posting about your business. You should be posting handy hints. Don't do what all the Muppets do out there. Buy my stuff, I'm the best electrician in the world, come and buy my stuff. Don't do that. Post helpful information on your Facebook page, almost like a blog. That's the next thing that's free, is a blog. If you have your own website, setting up a blog on your website is free. It takes a little bit of time to sort it out, but it's free to do. And you drive people or drive traffic to your Facebook page. Facebook is a goldmine of customers. It's a place to really get contacts. Are they going to buy from you straight off of Facebook? Possibly not. Some will. And again, some of the members are doing that. But at least it's a contact point. It's a way that they can learn who you are and what you actually do. Leaflets. Leaflets are dirt cheap. Yes, you can go to a printer, you can pay £170, £200 for 10,000 leaflets. It'll cost you anything between £15 and £30 per thousand to get them delivered. But starting out, if you've got a printer in your house, if you've got a computer in your house, which I'm guessing you have if you're watching this video, then you can print off your own leaflets and start that way. You roll out, you get a ream of paper, You guillotine the paper into the correct size for the leaflets, and you distribute the leaflets yourself. The first 2 or 3 jobs that come in, you put the money aside, you go down to your local printer, and you pay them for 10,000 leaflets. This is what I had to do when I started out, guys. When I lost everything and I had to start again, this is the kind of stuff that I had to do. I didn't have £200 to throw away at a printer. You know, it just wasn't, I had to print these things myself and go out and distribute them. I've done it with other people as well who don't have any money, and it works. You just, as long as you commit to doing it, you know, if you're sitting there thinking, I've got no work today, then you've got time. If you haven't got any work, you have time. And if you have time, you can make the money to go and develop other forms of advertising. Networking, a lot of networking events you're allowed to attend, or you can attend free for a number of visits. You know, some of these organisations will have a limit. They'll say you can only come 3 times for free before you have to pay. But if you insist that you're really interested in joining their organisation, they'll let you go 4, 5 or 6 times. It just takes a bit of, number one, a bit of neck to go and do it. But number 2, a desire and a need and a want. You know, so if you haven't got the money to go out and do marketing, you've got the time. You can go to networking meetings. You can go and talk to people. Networking doesn't necessarily have to be in a formalised group either. Networking can be in a casual environment, in a cafe. What's to stop you from picking up the phone and calling a couple of local tradespeople and organising a sit-down breakfast in a cafe where you can all sit down and talk about work and the potential of helping one another out? These are all the things I did, guys, back in the early days, and these are the things, if I've done them and I've shown others how to do them and they're doing them and it's working for them, then you can do it as well. They're free, they're no cost, they're low cost things, and there's lots of them that you can do. So the whole money objection doesn't wash. It doesn't wash. That is, again, a mindset issue. It's an issue it's an excuse. It's as simple as that. Time and money are excuses. They're excuses for not getting off the rear end and actually doing the marketing that you need to do to have the type of business that I know you can have. And then the next mindset issue, the third and final mindset issue that I see when I talk to people, is the knowledge. People tell me, I don't know. I don't know how to create an advert. I don't know how to build a website. I don't know how to do Google Places or Google Maps. I don't know how to do SEO. I don't know how to write a blog. Well, guess what? One more time again. If you're sitting with no work or very little work, then you've got lots of time on your hands to learn, to develop, to grow. You know, again, in this day and age, not knowing is not an excuse. There is so much information out there. There is an abundance of information out there. Members of the Toolbox, inside the Toolbox is every piece of information that you would need to start a business from scratch, a trades-based business from scratch that will get you customers. You just have to sit and sift through and watch the videos. And if you've got time on your hands, then you can learn. You know, and without the Toolbox, there is an abundance of information out on the web. And I'll say again, if you're sitting watching this, you must have a computer. If you have a computer, then you've got Google. If you've got Google, you have a wealth of information that you can get your hands on. You can learn how to write a website. You can learn how to create advertisements. You can learn all about the psychology of selling and marketing. The world is full of information at the moment. We're in the information age, for crying out loud. So the whole excuse of I don't know how, again, doesn't wash, because there is so much information that you can pick up from inside the toolbox, from outside the toolbox, from asking people questions. You know, if you want something, if you're after something, if you're after a particular result of any description, whether it's a successful business, whether it's a successful marketing campaign, whether it's a successful YouTube campaign, I can guarantee you, drop my pen, that somebody else has achieved that result. And if somebody else has achieved it, they can show you how to do it. Or you can mimic it, or you can copy it. So knowledge, in my view, is not an excuse. So guys, in terms of marketing, mindset is important. When you get rid of these excuses, when you get rid of these objections, that I don't know, that I don't have time, and then I don't have money, then you're going to get into the right mindset for marketing your business. And when you're in the right mindset for marketing your business, you're going to drive your business forward. And that's what's called success. So until the next time, continue to learn and grow, and I'll see you in the next video.